Hi, I'm Debbie Howard, Chairman of the Carter Group and co-founder of the Living Best Professional Community. Today, we'll be hearing from Claire Chang. Claire Chang is founder of Taiwan-based TechMoi, a market research-driven strategy consulting and event organizing firm specialized in fashion tech and Internet of Technology tech. TechMoi's work involves wearable devices and IoT startups and labs, transferring technology from ideas to prototype to commercialization. Claire is also a board advisor for La French Tech Taiwan, which gathers startups, companies, investment firms, incubators, accelerators, public bodies, journalists, and innovation stakeholders involved in technology entrepreneurship, and with strong interest in linking France and Taiwan. Our thanks to Claire Chang for being with us today.
Sure. I think in Taiwan, we are very famous with the consumer electronic manufacturers, and there are a lot of design-oriented companies here in Taiwan. But in the past few years, I found that people started to think it in the from the function way or technology way into put human first, especially for the aging tech, for the age tech part, because we all know we are human beings and our consumer behavior is very different from our previous generations. So how to use the digital or technology to support people to get a better life in the future is it's a very crucial question, and people should pay more attention now. So many companies here in Taiwan, they try to put a human first, and also from for example, like in my community, French Tech Taiwan, we host a different event, like for example, like a digital health with Sanofi, which we try to let startups to have the chance to pitch their idea, pitch their companies, and pitch their startups. But also we want them to get some feedback or voices from the real users, real consumers from the event. So I think that is a very good start for people to think about or rethink for their product strategy. Yeah. Yes, around the world, I think that when we are developing the technology, the one thing we shouldn't and we always need to keep it in mind is human, because human is using this technology, not the technology dominated human. So we really think about, really need to think about what people really want and how they use and how to find the real decision maker. Yeah, because, well, people gonna pay for it. People gonna buy it, not the technology buy it. They are not gonna pay you money to buy it, right? So if people, they don't like it, they don't really buy it. That is a thing. But also we need to think about is the comfortable. I know there are so many like wearable devices or like support aid tools in the past decades, but we are not talking only the functions. We are talking about the comfortable. And another thing is that, well, when it feel comfortable or when we use it comfortably, we still want it look nice, or we look nice when we are using it. Yeah, I think that is something interesting, that we are not only focused on the function, but we are looking for the all other elements to add a value into this. And the one thing in Taiwan I observed is the digital gap, because in a big city like Taiwan, Taichung, or Kaohsiung, big city, the elderly people using digital tools or technology smoothly, but for those others like east of Taiwan or small towns in Taiwan, there are more elderly people living alone. They don't really know how to use the digital tools to communicate with their family, or how to use it not only with the dialing the phone, but there are other function that can use to get information from the government or from the hospital easily. So that is one thing that we try to minimize the gap between the generation and between the countries to countries. Yeah. In globally, that of course the collaboration between the countries to countries, parties to party are very important, but also those people, as we talking earlier about academia, business, commercials, and the innovators or manufacturers, how can they work together? That is another thing. And how can they work together to deliver the proper product to the consumers? That is another story. So how we can support them to deliver the right thing to the right people? I think that really need a lot of effort into it, especially like your company, my company. I think that is what we are good at, how to do the coordinate and how we can find the strength in between these parties and deliver the right message to the market. For the French Tech is a huge community under the France Digital Technology Department. It's a big brand. So in the different hubs, we have a different focus. For example, like in Taiwan, we are more focused on like a green tech, like a digital technology related. But one thing we are also different from others hubs is that we put human into this community, because like we also host the Women in Tech event, which support the female founders or minority in the technology world. That doesn't mean that they are not important, but they are important. But how to support them in the ecosystem is a way to grow the community as well. And another thing is that we start to look into the age tech, but we don't use age tech world, because that we think, for example, like a green tech, like a digital health, they are all related to the age. Yeah, so we don't really use the specific word to give it a tag. Say, hey, we are talking about age tech, but from our each event, you can see that we care this topic. We try to bring some information maybe outside of Taiwan to people to share. So, hey, it's happening outside of Taiwan. So what we can practice in Taiwan with their different experience in other countries, for example.